It might be a new year, might be a new quarter. It might even just be a new day. It is never too late to get more positive and cut out the negative. So at the time of this recording, it is that new year time. It's mid-January. It's when everyone is obviously thinking or has already made their resolutions. Maybe they're hating it. Maybe they're doing it. I hope you are, if you made yours. Hope you succeeded at them. And I think the thing that people forget about is resolutions can also apply not only personally, but to your business. And maybe resolutions takes a different word, a different verbiage. Instead of resolutions, they're goals or things you want to accomplish over the next year, month, quarter, what have you. I think that the thing with the problem with resolutions is that there's no immediate satisfaction. There's usually pain. And I don't necessarily mean physical pain. Maybe there is physical pain if you are going to the gym for the first time ever or whatever. Maybe there's this just the pain of change, the pain of doing things differently. The pain that potentially comes along with that. The pain that comes with not being able to eat that cheeseburger that you want to eat. That's a pain I can relate with. That's a hunger pain, I guess you could call it. So I understand those pains for sure. I think the other problem with resolutions, no guarantee of success. And don't misunderstand me on this. I just because there's no guarantee of success does not mean that you should not try something. That is not what I am saying. But I think that like any new venture, you don't know if you're going to succeed. You are going to commit your time and energy, money, resources, whatever it might be, again, personally or professionally, you're going to commit those things and there is no guarantee that things are going to be better. You may actually even have the opportunity to accomplish your goal. Or in this case, again, your resolution, to accomplish the resolution. And maybe you're actually not all the more successful. I've had that with my business. I've succeeded at things I set out to do and then looked back and said, you know what? In retrospect, that wasn't worth the energy. Those are still valuable. Those are valuable experiences. So do not misunderstand me. Do not do something because there's no guarantee. That is, I think, a fool's errand when it comes to owning your business, being an entrepreneur, or even to that extent, being a manager in any capacity or a leader of people. Leaders being much different than managers. Okay. So, but that's not a reason not to voyage out and try something. If no one ever voyaged out on things that there was no guarantee of success, we would be living in a much, much, much different world. But as I sat down this year with it being the new year, I always want to improve personally and professionally and with the business. And I came across a gem of a program from Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss, author of 4-Hour Workweek, among many things. He also does a fantastic podcast. Recommend that you listen to it if you are looking for more listening. He has celebrities, authors, athletes, great thinkers, philosophers, artists. You name it, he's pretty much had it on the podcast. And I love a lot of what he does. This one, though, really struck a chord. And as I've been sharing it with people, it strikes a chord with them. And I wanted to bring it to you because I do think that this is powerful. So this is called, or Tim Ferriss calls it, his past year review. And why I like this is because 3 things. It's super simple. Okay. There's no complex system involved with this. Now, simple can sometimes be bad, but I really think when it comes to making the resolution, trying to even be happier, which we'll get into here in a little bit, the simpler it can be, the more likely it will be that you will follow up on it. It's actionable. That's the second thing I like about it. Very actionable immediately. Immediately you will know what you need to do and what you even can do. Not even need, what you can immediately do right after this exercise, this past year exercise. And then it yields immediate results because you know what you can do right now. You will immediately see results. So the premise of the past year review, I probably won't even do it its best justice in the show notes on Tripod Podcast. I will share the article, or of course you can Google it yourself. Tim Ferriss, past year review. It's a real short read, but I'm going to break it down for you right here. Take a sheet of paper, draw a line down the middle vertically, or fold it in half if you like, what have you. If you're really one of those ADD people, it must be exactly in half. And on the left column, write the word positive at the top. And on the right column, write the word negative. Okay, you with me so far? We have a sheet of paper in half, positive on one side, negative on the other. Now, go through your calendar from the past year. If we're looking at this annually, obviously the past year is always good. I think regardless the past year. So you do not have to set out to try and be a better, happier, more successful person just on an annual basis. You can do this any point. You can do this immediately after listening to this podcast. You can do this today. You can do it tomorrow. You could literally turn this podcast off and do it right now. You don't have to wait. So, positive, negative. We want to look back last year through our calendar starting on January 1st. And we want to look at everything that we did. Okay, we want to scan that week. And what things in that week inspired positive feelings? These could be people. These could be activities. Obviously, if this is for business, this can be projects. And here's the thing. These things can all be commingled. I don't think you need to do this for business and for personal. I think that's kind of the nice thing is you can do this once for both. Now, if you really want to keep them separate, you can. It's simple enough. So we're scanning your calendar week by week, and we are listing the people, the projects, the activities, the things that brought a smile to your face, the things that brought you joy, the things that were positive, the things that made you happy. And now I think you know where we're going next. While you're doing that, you also want to capture the things, the people, the activities, the projects that were negative, that you hated doing. We all have those projects as creatives, as a business owner. So I'll take you a little sneak peek into mine. You know, I found that I really enjoyed, and I think candidly the thing that I do best and Tricycle Creative does best is coaching. We love content and digital marketing coaching, working with junior level marketers or entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, small businesses who have a desire and are eager to learn about marketing, to be better marketers themselves, to be involved in the process, to be coached, to learn, to be trained, and to be better. So I found that coaching was really high on our list and an area that we want to focus on. Now, on the negative side, the things that I found were what I call transactional projects. These are projects where people, I need a new website, and they can't be bothered with being involved in the process, in the creation of the website, in the creation of the copy, in the photos and the content and the ongoing content creation. I found that we did not do well with those. Some people do. And it's actually not so much we didn't do well. It's more like I wasn't excited about those projects. And I constantly say, if you are an entrepreneur, if you set out from a known set path like I did. I had set corporate jobs, and you set out to start your own business. If you're not doing it your own way, then why the fuck are you even doing it, right? I'm a big believer in that. Why give up the stability of that corporate world to step out and just not do a company or a business your own way? And so this exercise really helped for me to frame the things that we want to focus on moving forward and the types of clients that we want to work with and attract. Personally, also, I made this list of people who I wanted to keep better in touch with. I'm really crappy at that. Maybe you are too. But I made this short list. So you've gone through, let's just say 52 weeks. You've gone through the entire year. You have your positive column. You have your negative column, chock full of things that make you happy, things that bring a smile to your face, things that you hated doing, you did not enjoy. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be as strong as hate. Sometimes it's just that it's something that you just did not enjoy. Going into it, you're just not excited about it. Okay. Now here's where it gets even better. You're going to want to take 20% from each column. Okay. So if you have a list of 10, you're going to select 2 things from each. Okay. So if you have 10 things in your positive column, you can take a highlighter and highlight the 2 most positive things. And in the negative column, you have 10 things. You're going to highlight the 2 absolute worst things. And on the negative side, you're going to cut those 2 things. You're going to get rid of them. Stop doing them. And on the positive side of things, you're going to work to get those things going. And if your 20% includes people, particularly on the positive side, get something on the calendar immediately. Schedule a call with them, call them, get it on the calendar. Tim makes a big point of this, that just removing the negative is not enough. It creates a void. So you have to fill it with more positivity. So as I mentioned, I really liked this plan. Again, it's called the Past Year Review. Show notes, as always, will be up on tripodpodcast.com. And while we're on the subject, the other thing that I found that I enjoyed was content creation. And 2019 was the first year that we set out at Tricycle Creative and did this very podcast, Tripod Podcast, the Tricycle Creative Marketing Podcast. I am excited about this. This made its way on the positive list. There will be more podcasts, better podcasts this year from us. And maybe I shouldn't say more podcasts, more episodes, more content. Taking a focus to make sure I'm giving you the best, and maybe even some shorter, even like this, more digestible content. More co-hosts, more guests, more marketing tips, more marketing know-how, industry news, all that stuff. Tripod made the list of positive things. And if Tripod made the list, and I don't expect this to be the case, but if you find that Tripod is maybe on your list of positive things, if you've enjoyed this show, even 1 minute of this show over the last year or however long you've been listening, share it. Share it with your friends. Tell them about it. We would love to have more listeners to this show. And, we want to do more. So share the love, share Tripod, but more importantly, sit down, do this exercise. Super easy, and it can immediately transform your year, your quarter, your month, your day, whatever it is. Tripod Podcast, show notes, and a lot more can be found there. And until next time, I encourage you to keep pedaling.